kick the show off right.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here with me, cause
It's Project Open Mic. Let's have a good show tonight.
let's get the topic straight, let's get things good, let's do everything that we should.
It's Project Open Mic. Let's kick the show off right.
Let's open our minds and take out our style. Let's see what's going on in the world tonight.
It's Project Open Mic. Let's have a good show tonight. It's Project Open Mic. Let's kick the show off right. It's Project Open Mic. Let's have a good show tonight. It's Project Open Mic. Let's kick the show off right. It's Project Open Mic. Let's have a good show tonight. It's Project Open Mic. Let's kick the show off right.
What is going on, guys? Yeah, we are back here once again. Thank y'all for giving me your time, your ears, your mind, your eyes. We're going to be talking about some good topical stuff tonight, and hopefully we get it in. I started a little late, but try to get some of the streams working and just as usual. But again, it's Thursday, so you know what happened. It's Project Open Mic. You guys can, of course, join if you have a description in whatever video link you're looking at. You can click down there for the link tree. Project Open Mic is played worldwide, and we are played. Like I said, we are played visually on Spotify, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, Rumble Locals, You Live, You Now, Nico, that's in Japan. Like I said, You Live Now is over there on Tempo FM. So thank you guys for joining in. And if you're watching this stuff later on, Amazon Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify again for podcast, Pandora. We are all around the world. Hey, if you ever seen this logo, you're in the right spot. So let's not dilly dally and let's get into the real deal right now. So tonight we're gonna be talking about, of course, the great debate that happened just Wednesday. So we're gonna talk about that. But before we do that, I want to, we did lose a very powerful person. And I don't mean powerful like that, but I mean a person who I have lived in my, years. Of course, the voice that was in my childhood, the voice that caused it comedy, Mr. Earl Jones. He has sadly has passed away. Which is, of course, a lot of people who know who he is. For me, he was, of course, in Sandlot. I've been watching that, but the three most things that James Earl Jones was known for at the age of 93. He was basically known for was, of course, Mufasa, Lion King. You can't take that away from him. He did a great job in that. And also the father of Eddie Murphy in the original Coming to America. Awesome job in that as well, too. And last but not least, he was the voice of Darth Vader for Star Wars. The three major things. He's been in other stuff, but those are the stuff he's been in for sure. So can't forget that. R.I.P. to him. Rest in peace. Again, had an extensive category if you want to go check out. He has a lot of movies and stuff he's been in, but those three things is what comes to mind. The father of Eddie Murphy in Coming to America, Darth Vader, of course, and Mufasa from The Lion King. Great, 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 great stuff. All right. With that said, we're gonna get into tonight's topic straight in. So, to be honest, like I said, I am an honest broker. Even though I wear my bias on the sleeve because again, nobody's unbiased. There's no such thing. Anybody tell you they're unbiased, they're full of crap. The word is objective, but if they tell you they're unbiased, they're full of crap. I am not unbiased. Neither are you. Neither is your mom, your dad, your cousin, your sister, whatever. Everybody have lived experiences. So there's no such thing as unbiased. You could objectively look at things and we could see that. But like I said, so we had the debate, and if I had to be honest in what in my situation, yes, I think in that debate, former President Trump did not win that debate, and Kamala did not do great either. She didn't do great, and as me and my wife was watching TV just a while ago, they're still trying to push this, and I debunked that on my show already, and I've said it again. Go to if you have two brain cells to put together between you, because again, it takes a while for people to do stuff. If you go to Trump.com, you can put in his agenda is Agenda 47. You want to critique Agenda 47? Go ahead. But Project 2025 is the Heritage Fund. It is not Trump. He never signed nothing. He never said nothing. And even in the debate, he said it 3 times that he's not a part of it. But just like they said the thing with Charlottesville when he clarified in Charlottesville at the time, they cut it and all the stuff, and we going through that stuff right there. But it was literally a 3-on-1 at the ABC. And also the head of ABC's Kamala Harris's old classmate, and she's already donated millions of dollars to Kamala Harris. So there you go. Prove my point. Unbiased. Yeah, there's no such thing as that. So that was a biased thing, whatever. But he did not do well. He did not do well. He messed up a couple places. He let them goat him into certain things they should have never done. But Kamala never answered a lot of questions. And they always fact check President Trump, but they never fact check Vice President Kamala Harris. And that was irritating. But he didn't do himself any favors. He should have left the whole animal goat thing out, eating pets. He should have left that out. Should have never said that one. Leave it out of there. But hey, that's what it is. Whatever. So, but Kamala only won because she had help and because she never answered the questions. I'm sorry, she just didn't. The first question they gave her, she didn't answer it. And if I was President Trump, I'd have been like, uh, hold up. She never answered the question you asked her. So she could take my time and ask the question. But again, and then he messed up a part when you see me play the clip multiple times when the old governor, he said West Virginia, it was Virginia. So of course you got your thing wrong in the first place, it's easy to fact check you. Trump was correct on the whole night abortion thing, but he got it wrong because he used the wrong person. So that's what it is. But anyway, we're gonna go through that tonight, and then we're gonna go through some stuff that Kamala has said, which is crazy. And yes, even though the eating animals thing is crazy, I am gonna prove that it is happening and it is a part of things. But again, he should have left that out. He should have never dug into that. And right now they're trying to say, oh, Kamala Harris is that Trump is not want to do a second debate with Kamala Harris because they'll say, oh, he's scared from what Kamala Harris did. No, Kamala Harris won by default by having 3 people against him, and also he made no sense to debate her if he can't get his stuff straight. Then it made no sense to debate her because it's not fair. If you don't want to go on Fox, go on News Nation. Go on some other channel that's not left leaning. That's ABC, MSNBC, CNN. All of them is left leaning. Go on another one of that. But Kamala would never, ever do that. For a person who says she likes democracy, she don't want to go to the other side at all. At all, at all. But I digress. So let's get into the videos for tonight. Let's see, we're going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about also, we're here so responding from people tonight as well too. And also, I want to talk about guns. Because she brought that up. She brought up in the debate, me and Tim Walz are gun owners. And what? You still said multiple times you want to ban guns. Now, me and my wife literally just purchased gun 3 weeks ago. Yeah. And we're waiting for optics or scopes and every whole 9 yards. We're going all out. We just purchased a gun and we're going all out, all out. Shout out to Spring, even though I don't have sponsors for my show. Shout out to Springfield Army with the Hellcats. They had a nice little gear up package, and then they double up that with getting a free promotion between September and October, and then we took a part of that. Some of them was worth about $400, $500 that they giving us for free. So yes, so we're gonna talk about guns because Hollywood and liberals all on this one is a liberal thing. It's not a left thing; it's a liberal thing. They always kill me with the whole part, not figuratively. The whole part about guns are bad, blah blah blah. This is that, blah blah blah, all that stuff, whatever. Yeah, but you got guards guarding you. And what do they have? They don't have nightsticks. They have guns. You have bodyguards. All right? Taylor Swift ain't got people with a little pocket knife. No, she got bodyguards with guns. So does Nancy Pelosi. So does Jimmy Kimmel. So do a lot of these celebrities. So it's kind of funny, like, you should not have weapons. But we should have people. We have so much money that we can hire people to have weapons. No. Not being a part of that nonsense and that stupidity at all. So we'll go with that. So let's get into tonight's show.
President Donald Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris finally happened, and it got weird fast.
They're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets.
You talk about extreme.
But he would have been sitting in Moscow. Quiet, please. In Minnesota, she went out. Wait a minute, I'm talking now. If you don't mind, please. Does that sound familiar?
So besides the bickering between candidates, we have a lot to talk about.
And again, yes, his ending was good. I'll give him that. But like I said, it was, like I said, why stop the video? Keep on going.
Between the lies, cell phones, and even earring conspiracy theories. Especially since it wasn't Donald Trump versus Karambala, it was basically Donald Trump versus everybody. As whenever he was making a point, ABC stepped in.
Desert
President
soil.
Trump, we have a
These
lot
are
of
not good
issues
things
that
for
we
the
have to get
environment,
to.
as
We're
she
out of time.
understands.
Then
No judge
Republican
looked at it.
and said
They
there was
said
no
we didn't have
widespread fraud.
standing.
It's like if Harris made this scared face, it was their cue to stop him.
And now she's running. I don't understand it, but
Mr.
I'm
President,
okay with it
Mr.
because
President, your time is
I think
up.
we're
Thank
going to
you.
do very well.
We've got a lot more to get.
And Biden, by the way,
President
gets paid
Trump,
a lot of money.
Thank you. We have a lot of issues to get to.
But we have a president,
Mr. President,
that doesn't know he's alive.
Your time is up.
They didn't do what they were supposed to do.
I want to move
and
on.
these
Turn back
We
to
have
policy.
to move on. President Trump.
Let's turn to policy,
He has
please.
a plan. 6 months for an operation that you need immediately.
President Trump, thank you. We have another issue that we'd like to get to.
Which makes sense, as apparently ABC's boss is best friends with Kamala, donating
Oh.
What?
I know, right?
millions to the Democrats. So even though this wasn't a career-ending victory for Trump like what happened with Biden, I think this debate opened a lot of people's eyes to how biased the news media has become. Because I'm telling you right now, I wish anybody would defend me as much as ABC defends the cackler-in-chief Kamala. That's why it's great we have a as the media is basically having a meltdown over the whole pets being eaten in Springfield.
Will end up being Venezuela on steroids.
I just want to clarify here.
Yeah, and Venezuela did have people eating pets and stuff because they were starving. That is a fact.
You bring up Springfield.
But again, if you don't, and I'll play the clips of people talking about the stuff. So it's like again, yeah, they're not gonna say nothing because they're gonna play that. But again, here's a live fact check to Trump what he said. And my point is again, he should have never went that route, but that's where he went. That was just to make it look like he was a loon. It is crazy, but it is happening.
Ohio, and ABC News did reach out to the city manager there. He told us there have been no credible reports of specific claims of pets being harmed, injured, or abused by individuals within the immigrant community.
Well, I've seen people on television.
Let me just say here, this is
the people on television say my dog was taken. Maybe that's a good thing to say for a city manager.
I'm not taking this from
but
television.
The people
I'm
on
taking it from the
television
city
saying
manager.
their dog was eaten.
Yeah, a city manager doesn't mean that. Have we not learned with COVID? Have we not learned with the bottles of water that was stuck, that was hidden away from people who needed the bottles of water? How about when the waters in Dearborn, Michigan was horribly and bad and was killing people? The city manager didn't say jack squat. They would say water's fine, while people, it took a while to find out that, oh, the water really was toxic and killing people. Again, but we don't want to bring that up because it's one party to the other party.
By the people that went there.
Again, the Springfield city manager says there's no evidence of that. Vice
We'll
President
find
Harris,
out.
I'll let you respond to the rest of what you've heard.
Now, I, for one, am very concerned about this story, as even if city managers state there's no evidence, journalists actually in Springfield are hearing it's true, where they've released 911 calls in Springfield about geese being eaten by migrants. So now the Trump cat and geese memes are starting to go wild online, as even Democrats are having meltdowns in Congress over the memes. Now, I know there's a lot of misinformation online about what's happening in Ohio. One side is saying there's reports of pets missing and people are seeing geese being eaten, and the other side is saying stop being racist. I'm sorry. As a Korean who's often accused of eating those same creatures, I don't think being offended is a reason to not look into those claims. Because as far as I can see, journalists actually in Springfield are saying it's happening, while the corporate news media are all citing the same city manager that simply said, I can't confirm that it's happening.
And that's why I always say local news. And I'm going to show you an example. When I say, you're going to see an example of like the local news is most of the time. They can still be biased. Of course, they're going to be. But local news is better because the mainstream media is not going to. The national media ain't taking none of this stuff up. I heard more about a plane in Atlanta that lost its tail and nobody got hurt. Nobody got hurt. Thank God. But a plane, because it was a Airbus 350 Atlanta, the CRJ was too close, and the pilot knocked off the tail or the vertical stabilizer off of the plane. Again, that was crazy. No fire. Nobody got hurt. That's good. NSBA going to be figuring all that stuff out. But I heard more about that crap than about what we're seeing right here now, because the news media, and that's what national news. I was not watching ABC Atlanta. I was watching like national news from MSNBC. I was like, why? Why are they doing this?
Which sounds a lot like someone that just supremely screwed up is now pleading the fifth. So without cackling, what exactly did Kamala say?
What you're going to hear tonight is a detailed and dangerous plan called Project 2025 that the former president intends on implementing if he were elected again.
Which again,
and listen carefully. And kind of, hey, Mr. ABC News, you should have said, well, ma'am, that was not Trump. But they didn't want to fact check that part. They only fact checked the other part. Come on, man.
Trump set her straight.
As you know, and as she knows better than anyone, I have nothing to do with Project 2025.
But it didn't stop Kamala from continuing with that lie.
And I've seen more commercials of that crap. That's what me and my wife have seen. We see, watching Discovery Channel, we saw more commercials, different commercials about this whole Project 2025. And let me be honest with anybody else. I read Project 2025 on my show. You can go back and check it and go to past shows and see it. I've read it. Majority of stuff in there, I agree with. Why? Because the government is too flipping crazy. We need less government. They spend our money like nothing. We don't get they spend and waste the money. They're they are the actual reason why we have inflation. Okay, that's why we have inflation is because the government spending willy-nilly. And funny enough, they had a thing which looked like Gavin Newsom is not stupid enough. I thought he would have been, but they have, because Kamala Harris came and saying, "Well, oh, we're gonna give you $150,000." But Gavin Newsom vetoed that bill. At least he ain't that dumb. He's a cunning man, but he ain't that dumb like how she said. To give, oh, we're gonna get, as soon as you give out $25,000 to buy houses, inflation, the house cost goes up the same price. So it knocks it out, it negates it. People do not understand how money works. That's why on my channel I have a series of videos called Econ 101, because a lot of people don't understand how economy works. They don't. Even to the basic stuff, which they should be teaching in schools.
If Donald Trump were to be reelected, he will sign a national abortion ban. Understand, in his Project 2025,
which again, Trump set her straight.
I'm not signing a ban, and there's no reason to sign a ban.
Going into what his argument is truly about.
They have abortion in the 9th month. They even have, and you can look at the governor of West Virginia, the previous governor of West Virginia.
That's where he messed up at. I have to be honest, and that's where he messed up at. He said West Virginia is Virginia, not West Virginia. Ralph Norman was not, not West Virginia. It's Virginia.
Virginia, not the current governor, is doing an excellent job, but the governor before, he said the baby will be born and we will decide what to do with the baby. In other words, we'll the baby.
So ABC came in to debate Trump.
There is no state in this country where it is legal to a baby after it's born.
Then tagged back in Kamala.
and as you rightly mentioned, nowhere in America is a woman carrying a pregnancy to term and
That's a lie.
asking for an abortion. That is not happening. It's
A lie.
insulting.
And to clarify, this is the governor Trump is referring to.
If a mother is in
But he was from Virginia, not West Virginia.
labor, I can tell you exactly what would happen. The infant would be delivered. The infant would be kept comfortable. The infant would be resuscitated if that's what the mother and the family desired. And then a discussion would ensue between the physicians and the mother. So
Even though they're in the
And my problem with that is this situation is that, again,
they're all having separate arguments. As everybody there agrees on not having an abortion ban, there should be exceptions, and 6 weeks isn't long enough. Trump, Kamala, and ABC all agree. But when Trump tries to explain the outrageous extremes the Democrats have been known to stand for, Kamala cites Project 2025 again and refuses to answer how late is too late. As they're not there to clarify questions for the American people, they're just trying to get their gotcha sound bites, which Trump called Kamala out on.
Donald Trump actually has no plan for you because he is more interested in defending himself than he is in looking out for you.
That's just a soundbite. They gave her that to say.
Calling her out for just projecting and not having a plan.
She doesn't have a plan. She copied Biden's plan, and it's like 4 sentences, like run, spot, run.
As there was an awful lot of projection here.
And what you will also notice is that people start leaving his rallies early out of exhaustion and boredom.
are you kidding? No. And of course, ABC would not fact check that. I didn't watch the whole debate, okay? Because I got more things to do. I watched most of it, but they're gonna fact check that. Kamala, that was yours. That was Biden's, and that was yours. That wasn't Trump. At least, again, I'm.
Because when Kamala had rallies, they featured rap performances with special rapper guest stars, and soon as Kamala arrived, people began leaving. Which rally attendance isn't really an issue that's gonna sway voters. I just highlight this argument to show this reoccurring theme of projection. Harris holds rallies with rappers that people walk out of, so Kamala claims it's happening to Trump too. Harris is currently in office, unable to control inflation, so Kamala claims Trump couldn't control the two. Harris's party is currently going after Trump legally, so Kamala cries that Trump would do it too.
That he would weaponize the Department of Justice against his political enemies.
And when Trump brings up how bad lawfare is for American politics,
This is the one that weaponized, not me. She weaponized. I probably took a bullet to the head because of the things that they say about me. They talk about democracy. I'm a threat to democracy. They're the threat to democracy with a fake Russia investigation
We do have a lot
that went nowhere.
We have a lot to get to. Lindsay?
I legitimately think this scared glance was secret code for "please stop him," as I don't think there was anything off in that corner, and it's an awful coincidence that every time she did, ABC stepped in, as they tried to stifle Trump's points.
If they do that, the border is closed.
Mr.
Those
President,
people are killing many people, unlike J6.
We talked immigration here tonight. I do want to focus on...
But they can't stop the American people from thinking exactly this.
I would say we would both leave this debate right now. I'd like to see her go down to Washington, D.C. during this debate, because we're wasting a lot of time. Go down to, because she's been so bad, it's so ridiculous. Go down to Washington, D.C. and let her sign a bill to close up the border, because they have the right to do it. They don't need bills. They have the right to do it.
Yeah, they don't. That is true, and I've said it before. We don't need no more bills. There are already bills. There are already laws on the books. Just enforce them. Just like all the crappy cities, if you enforce the stuff, the gun violence will be gone. But you know,
the President of the United States, you'll get him out of bed, you'll wake him up at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, you'll say, come on.
Now, some people were complaining that Trump isn't debating Biden, so we shouldn't be bringing him up, but Biden still is the president, and if he can't immediately fix these issues, why can't the second in command, Kamala, do exactly that? These are the concerns that voters have that the Democrats have zero answers for. So as always, they immediately revert back to Trump is a racist.
Why do you believe it's appropriate to weigh in on the racial identity of your opponent?
I don't, and I don't care. I don't care what she is. That's up to her. That's up to her.
Vice President Harris, your thoughts on this?
ABC isn't even being subtle about their bias anymore, asking Trump a question that infers he's a racist, then asking Kamala, how does she feel about his racism? Well, we can't be surprised when that same ABC moderator just said this.
Former President Donald Trump is expected to go campaign in Howell, Michigan tomorrow. Many people are aware that a month ago in Howell, KKK protesters marched in the streets with the white robes on and suggested that they support Donald Trump.
Which Trump was grilled on after.
Who was here in 2021? Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
So when Biden...
That's the way he should... I'm sorry. That's the way he should have debated, but he didn't. You know, that's the way he should have debated. That's why I say you fail on that. That's why I give the win to Kamala, because she had more...
It's all right. But when Trump goes to that same city, they try to make it into a scandal. An ABC anchor suggests it's because a Trump KKK connection, then she goes on to moderate the debate. With that amount of establishment bias, anything other than a complete Kamala victory seems like a loss to me, as her closing argument seemed all right.
So I think you've heard tonight two very different visions for our country. One that is focused on the future, and the other that is focused on the past.
Until Trump's closing speech immediately shut that down.
So she just started by saying she's going to do this, she's going to do that, she's going to do all these wonderful things. Why hasn't she done it?
Kamala keeps trying to campaign on being the candidate pushing us forward, when it really seems like she's only pushing us for wars. I genuinely don't understand why certain people think the party that bragged about Bidenomics for 3 years is suddenly going to fix those same Bidenomics with another 4 years. Because let's be clear, this was the first question of the debate.
When it comes to the economy, do you believe Americans are better off than they were 4 years ago?
And 90 minutes later, she never answered that question. And some voters understand that.
We're in an incredibly unique situation where we've had both of the candidates in office before, and we've gotten to see what they would do. And when facts come to facts, my life was better when Trump was in office. The economy was higher, inflation was lower.
But some voters vote with their emotions.
I didn't necessarily agree with what she was saying, but my favorable reactions were because it was nice to see the passion and believability that she stands behind.
As I think
allow yourself to slowly get, you're freaking crazy!
Are her parents brother and sister? Can you please leave now? Oh, now I get it. She's a moron.
it's important to remember, although you may be a rational person that votes based on logic and facts, there is a percentage of Americans that will vote purely based on their feelings. And
that's why I always say, you are smart, people are stupid.
if a lie is told enough times by politicians, the news media, and their favorite celebrity, it's oftentimes just enough to get them to accept what they've been told over what they see and experience for themselves. Which brings me to this mysterious earring everybody is talking about, where some people believe it's actually an earphone feeding her information on stage.
Nah, and I didn't think that either. I think that y'all blowing up the trees. Nah, I don't think so.
When in actuality, it was really a $1,000 pair of designer pearl earrings.
Exactly. Says Miss Middle Class.
Which is in line with how they try to portray Kamala as so relatable while she's wearing another $1,000 designer belt.
Middle class kid, the middle class and middle class families, middle class people.
You ain't. You're not. You ain't. Including in California that you grew up in. No, you're not.
Kamala's campaign perfectly encapsulates limousine liberalism, as nobody going to the grocery store seeing their receipts doubling in size believes Biden was good for the economy, the same way nobody sees a rich girl raised in Canada decked out in designer clothes in this economy and thinks she understands the struggles of the middle class.
And I could tell you, I learned that hard way. I was just talking to my sister. Again, I just had to buy tires for my car. 4 tires for my car. All right? That's for my car. I needed them anyway. I had a puncture, but I needed them that were getting bad. In 2000, you know, just after they took it in 2021. I think it's 2000. No, I think it's 2020. Really, to be honest, but 2021. I bought me these same 4 tires, the exact brand, exact size, everything. Same 4 tires was $493. I just bought these 4 same tires 2 days ago, $775. And yes, people say, "Oh, well, it's a corporation." No, what tire rubber prices has gone up, and of course, gas has gone up. Petroleum is needed for the tires. So because those gone up, yeah, tires are expensive. So that's a reality of my life. Now I want to play this part right here so people can understand where you're at. Again, I say he should have never said this stuff. He should have just keep it quiet. But it is factual. So let me play it.
I am not Haitian, but I am from the Caribbean. The Haitian immigrants are indeed eating animals. Not only are they harvesting cats for food, but also for witchcraft purposes.
My father immigrated from Haiti to the United States in the late 60s. He wasn't eating people's pets and he didn't practice voodoo. But he did say that most of the island, the majority of the island, does practice voodoo. The reason they eat cats is for 2 reasons. Number 1 is survival. This is the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere.
I have friends and family that were born and raised in Haiti, and they tell me stories of either them themselves eating the cat or them knowing people that do eat cat out there. So it's not weird or uncommon for them to be doing it in Ohio, because they came from a war-torn country and they haven't actually acclimated to the society yet. So of course you're gonna keep their same habit that they're doing over there.
Which, this is a real video on YouTube right now, and it's terrifying. So please take my word for it and do not watch that video. As
that's the point right there. So want to get that. Now, I do want to play something else, which was weird, and I was surprised by this. At first, I saw this. I thought, like you see right now, I thought it was AI stuff like these cats right here. That's AI doing this, but it was not AI. Because I told my wife, and she was like, "Wait. Did Biden really put on a Trump hat?" And then Trump 2024, yes, he did. And I was surprised by that. I was surprised by that. So let me show you what I'm talking about by that situation. Because again, I was surprised by that. So let me show you this. It's not AI, it was reality.
Come on. I ain't going that far. Yeah. Do a selfie. There you go.
See? There you go.
You serious?
You can't make this stuff up. He's smiling too and everything. Oh my God. This is elder abuse. This man's not the president of this state. Good grief. Oh my goodness. Again, I can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. This man really is Wayne. Doing the hat. Oh well. Anyway, let's keep on going, shall we? So another thing is this right here. So I want to let some black ladies, because we know they're gonna still vote at a higher percentage. Sorry, black ladies gonna vote for Kamala Harris at a higher clip than black men. I still say it is what it is. You vote for who you want to vote for. We'll see. But I do want to let some black women who can, as you saw, my wife did her stuff in last week's show. So they hear other black women.
When is the next debate? Kamala did not convince me to vote for her tonight.
Miss Mama, at what point you gonna put us first? We done watched you, witnessed you put everybody else but us first. And using our taxpayer dollars, our money to put everybody else first. So at what point do we get put first? We gotta vote you in, and then on day one, you gonna put us first. Instead of showing us you gonna put us first right now, but we gotta vote for you first for you to put us first. That don't sound like even trade to me, Mala.
I don't know why y'all keep saying Kamala Harris ate him up. She won the debate. No, she didn't, because 30% of voters say they don't know anything about Kamala Harris or her stances. And guess what? They still don't, because those moderators did a horrible job asking her the right questions and giving her pushback on all her stances. And yes, Donald Trump could have done a better job on pushing her on all her beliefs too, but, you know, he didn't know he had to debate 3 people. So go figure.
Dear Kamala Harris, you lying doghead. Hold up, let me unfold this. You opened up that border to let them Venezuelans in here to take over our apartments.
Ascension WoW is a standalone World of Warcraft.
There you go with that one.
You gave them food stamps, cash, and promised them more housing. All for a vote that you still ain't gonna get. You couldn't get through 10 minutes of the debate without that stupid laugh.
Listen, everybody is not drinking the Kamala Kool-Aid. I hear people calling it Hillary 2.0. They gave her the questions just like they handed the questions to Hillary back in 2016. And you had people calling out her scripted answers to the questions and the lack of the moderators fact-checking her, allowing her not to answer questions, and to just ramble on with these monologues that she memorized. I had people sending me messages before the debate to these prayer lines to pray for Kamala. Well, all I gotta say is these black women right here, they're not trying to get on the Kamala prayer line. We're going to get into it, but first, take a second to make sure you're subscribed to the channel and click the notification bell for all updates. Won't waste any time. Let's go ahead and jump into it.
This debate is so hard to watch when you
are very clear on the fact that Kamala started it gaslighting Americans. She's been gaslighting Americans the entire time. She's picking the things that she knows you're scared of. You see, she's bringing up January 6th. She's not telling the whole story. She brings up the C word, the pandemic. She brings that up, knowing that's not his fault. He didn't start it. Matter of fact, I was in Europe the November before, and he was actually in Europe where I was at the time. It's really sad that Americans, I see my friends on TikTok on Facebook who are like, oh my God, she's cooking him. Oh my God, she's like doing amazing. She's lying in her amazingness. And let me tell you, you guys are stupid enough to believe her. All you gotta do is a little bit of fact checking, but no, that's not what you're gonna do. You're gonna automatically call him a lie because the media and them have helped you believe that he was a lie. You ain't gonna fact check it. You ain't gonna look. You're not gonna look. But are you noticing that all she keeps leaning on is this is why I'm going to be better because I don't incite the things that he do and I'm bringing us together. Baby, that is not giving me whole policies. What are you going to do? What are you able to do?
That part of what she said, we're gonna bring us together. That didn't work between Russia and Ukraine. That didn't work between Israel and Hamas or the Houthis. A lot of people don't even know about those people. The Houthis that in the African Horn. That didn't do nothing for that together.
Because everything that you're able to do as a VP, which also means you hold the most important seat in the Senate, you can do as president. As a matter of fact, the truth is you got a little bit more power now with the seat in Senate you have. And you're not under the telescope, the light like the president is, and yet you're not doing anything. I just cannot believe this debate. It is so hard to watch.
So that debate was a bunch of BS. I mean, was this a debate between Donald Trump versus Kamala Harris, or a debate between Donald Trump versus Kamala Harris versus the moderators? Because the moderators were literally debating Trump and even fact-checking him. They were like, Trump, it says right here, like, that's not correct. We got a piece of paper from a manager that says, like, that's not correct. But they didn't even care to fact check Kamala Harris on the propaganda Project 2025. Yeah, it was very biased. It was so biased. Just so fake, disingenuous, phony, very condescending. Trust me, this is a great thing. This is a good thing because the American people got to witness how rigged everything is, okay? They're all for democracy, but they can't even give this man a fair debate. They were not fact-checking her on the border czar. They were not fact-checking her on the Project 2025 propaganda. They were not fact-checking her on her fracking. They were not fact-checking her on anything, okay? She didn't get any pushback. The American people got to see it, and that is why Trump is leading in the polls right now. We're sick and tired of being gaslit. We're sick and tired of being lied to. Kamala Harris came and just read a bunch of scripts that was so performative, so performative. You're the current administration right now. If you wanted to do something about it, you would have, but you're not. So Kamala Harris and Trump's voice, you're fired. We're sick and tired of you, okay? We're gonna vote you out come November.
Trump had to debate 3 people tonight, so unfair. You know what? Me and my man was saying the same thing. The host, it's the same thing with the last debate. I feel like that the hosts are not for him. Like, I feel like at this point, their party has all of the media in their pockets right now, except for Fox. And it comes off as being extremely biased and not fair. Like, I don't like these new rules. These new rules were not implemented until Biden made it so. The whole shit with the mics being muted, no people in the audience to be there. There has never been a debate that has been ran like that up until Biden made it so. I also thought that it was extremely rude when the lady she said something to him. I can't remember what it was, but it was a little bit rude. And they were like softballing her questions. I did appreciate the fact that even when they were kind of going back and forth, they did allow that to happen. I appreciated that fact. I did not
appreciate how she was laughing about the situation going on in Ohio. It made it seem as if it was debunked because it has not been debunked. I just saw a video a couple of minutes ago where a lady was saying that it is really happening out there. So I'm gonna believe the citizen over the lying government that is in that state. But yeah, I agree with you 100% on that.
The power of mass media manipulation is so powerful to the point I really believe that it has altered the minds of the American people. All right. When President Biden ran against Kamala Harris the last time, she literally did so bad as though she had to step down as well as step out of the election. All right. She has been the vice president for 3.5 years. And from then until now, the question to the American people would be, what has she done for you lately? All right? Honestly, what has Kamala Harris did from then to now to the point where people feel as though she's an eligible candidate to even run for the president of the United States, all right? Keep in mind, she never won a primary. She was literally given to the American people. She was literally handed over to the American people on a silver platter, might I add, all right? There were more eligible candidates, but for whatever reason, we got her, and no one ever questioned it, which is crazy to me. Looking at the presidential debate tonight between her and President Trump, I literally feel as though she is part of a systematic machine.
Listen, every black woman is not drinking the Kamala Kool-Aid. Same for a lot of black men. Black people, we're obviously not all alike. Let's go ahead and get the conversation.
Yep, let's get a conversation jumping. Exactly. All right. So let me go. So we have that. So hope we'll again. November 3rd, we'll see. That's all I can say. All right. Again, that's why I said my wife is one of those black women as well too. So we're gonna put that in that regard. Now I want to talk about this part right here. So Kamala Harris, like I said, they didn't bring it up there, but Kamala Harris brought up about the whole guns thing. She said we're not gonna ban no guns, even though she said it multiple times. She's gonna ban guns. We're gonna have they have background checks. Yes, me and my wife went through a national background check. So they have background checks. We're gonna have a background. We have it already. All right? Stop it. Stop lying, girl. We have it already. But again, I'm only saying this because again, we are newly gun owners, me and my wife. One. And two, Hollywood, as I said before, politicians, celebrities. I don't believe none of you sons of, because y'all have guards.
What?
Yes, they have guards, and what those guards, like I said before, have guns. But they're like, oh, well, I don't have no guns. Yeah, but your guards have guns. Kamala Harris, you have Secret Service that have guns. Same thing with Tim Walz. You know, Tim Walz is a nut job, but you can't come to find out his whole family is voting for Trump. How weird that is. Again, remember, Gavin Newsom's ex-wife's parents moved from California to Florida because California is an S-hole. His ex-wife married a Trump. Ain't that crazy? But anyway, let's wrap this up because I want a nice tight pack show tonight. So let's go with this. Johnny Boy, take it away.
Do you carry a gun? Bad
don't.
idea, says Hollywood.
No,
Countless TV shows portray good guys who try to stop crimes with their own guns as fools.
Citizen's arrest. Drop your gun.
The wise police officer sums it up.
Leave it to a good guy with a gun to really screw things up.
Liberal politicians
Always a good guy with. Oh yeah. Oh, I hate Hollywood for that nonsense. A lot of stuff.
agree.
A good guy with a gun will stop the bad guys with a gun. It doesn't hold up.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What is that?
So what are cops then, Miss Hochul? Cops bad guys with a gun too? Because, be honest, there's only one way to stop a person who have any intentions with a gun. Good guys with a gun. point blank period. Cops saw that too. That's what it is.
It doesn't say experts, the media feature.
Good guy with a gun statistically isn't realistic.
It is realistic. It happens more than any statistic that you could pull out. Because again, a cop is a good guy. And there's so many videos. Here's the problem where I talked about the local news. There's so many videos of local guys doing stuff, but nobody wants to talk about it. That's what it is. The national media never want to talk about it. And homeboy, you in Detroit. Stop it. Stop it.
It's an adolescent rescue fantasy.
An adolescent rescue fantasy? Now, I'm no gun person. I was raised among lefty gun haters. I assumed Hollywood and the media told the truth. But then, 17 years ago, I hired the best data analyzer I know. That very tall guy on the left, Maxim Lott, here talking to the nearly as tall John Lott, his father, a criminal justice researcher who wrote this book. More guns, less crime? I was skeptical, and some researchers questioned Lott's data, but I've come to believe Lott is making a good point. In places where bad guys fear a good guy might be armed, crime tends to fall. Often just showing a weapon is enough to stop an assault. Police don't track such events, but these days some are posted on the web. Here an employee grabs her gun and the robber runs away. And again here.
3 robbers caught on camera.
Okay, Ole Addison, friend of the show, and Triple M, Kanoshi, maybe I saw you guys in the chat. You guys remember this when I showed you guys, talked about this. Remember when an Asian lady came out? These are the 3 guys. This is the video where these guys went up into her house and she came back blasting, and they ran. One of the guys ran, not the front door, the back door, which was stained glass. He was so scared he jumped through the glass and break it. Stained glass ain't easy to break, but when you're scared, you'll do what you gotta do.
Breaking into a home in Atlanta. The men scramble to escape as the woman chases them.
When a civilian tries to stop one of these instances, they're overwhelmingly successful.
So why do all these TV shows lecture us about how it doesn't work?
The gun control groups brag about working with the screenwriters and the producers for the shows.
This group even boasts about its partnership with Hollywood and how they're consulted on scripts.
There's major star power behind an effort to rewrite the script on how guns are used in Hollywood.
They think they're making us safer because they believe FBI reports that say shooters being killed by citizens is rare. Why does the FBI say
Shooters killed by police is in the red. Shooters apprehended by police in the blue. Shooters apprehended by citizens. Shooters at large. Well, let me see something here again. Kathy Hochul, by your definition, for the citizens, police, and apprehended by police, all that are good people who stop shooters.
Motherfucker. That don't even make no goddamn sense.
Government is just a waste of skin.
Say that?
They're simply missing a huge number of cases.
For example, well, the FBI includes the famous Pulse nightclub shooting.
At least 50 people are dead.
1 week afterwards, there was a similar attack at a nightclub in South Carolina.
There, a concealed carrier took down the shooter.
The thing is, it got virtually no news coverage.
49 people being killed is going to be a bigger story than 3 people being killed.
I understand, but the guy still had like 125 rounds of ammunition on him when he was stopped. You would think at least some of the news coverage would at least mention, here's another case that almost turned out to be the same, but it was stopped.
Also, remember the Parkland shooting?
At least 17 people are dead in Parkland, Florida.
Just a few months later, in Titusville, Florida, there was an elementary school that was having a big event at a park right next to the school. It had hundreds of students there, and a man came up, started firing his gun.
Police say the gunman was then shot by someone else who had a legally concealed weapon.
And was able to seriously wound the attacker and stop him before he was able to go and kill anybody.
The bystanders saved a lot of people's lives, says the police. But I never heard about that. Local media covered it, but it hardly got attention beyond that. The FBI somehow also missed it. At crimeresearch.org, Lott lists cases where bystanders stopped shootings, cases that the FBI often ignores, like this one.
3 people are dead, several others injured.
Raul Mendez was at a party taking selfies with his pregnant wife, but then a guest at the party began firing at people.
Catches me in the right side of the head. Bullet enter right here, right by my ear, goes straight through my face and out my left eye.
Somehow, Mendez recovered.
I gained consciousness and I unloaded 4 rounds and finished them off.
He probably saved the lives of a dozen people, including his wife and daughters.
You know, prevented him from, killing those girls.
You always carry a concealed gun?
I always do.
Why?
It's just about being prepared.
The FBI records instances like this, but somehow they have no record of your case.
They're not recording the true numbers, guns actually saved.
It's one of many cases like that the FBI is missing.
It happened. Why wouldn't they include this?
There's a lot of political views that people let infect their data. I had interactions with the people in the FBI. I had people go and tell me, well, I'm a Democrat, as a response, as if somehow that's how we determine whether or not to fix the data.
The
You cannot make this stuff up. You're a Democrat.
No, son of a bitch!
FBI who carry guns are anti-gun. It's just not believable.
I think the people at the top, are more politically motivated than maybe your rank and file FBI agent. If they think that it would go against the narrative that they want to go and push, then they'll fight you.
We asked the FBI about those cases they missed. They responded, their data is not intended to explore all active shooter incidents, but rather to provide a baseline understanding.
What? What the fuck?
Oh, but people could use your numbers even though it's not, again, provide all the statistical truth. Sons of a guns.
Seems like they admit their data's incomplete, but the media sure don't.
This kind of outcome is rare.
This is very rare.
No, self-defense is more common than they say, and it does stop lots of crimes.
It'd be great if we could just get all guns to disappear. But the problem is that when you go and you ban guns, it's basically the most law-abiding good citizens who obey them. Every place in the world that's either banned all guns or all handguns has seen murder rates go up.
Why would that happen?
If you're primarily disarming their victims, you make it easier to commit the crimes.
But the so-called experts still say
There haven't been good guys with a gun who stop mass shootings. It's the kind of thing you learn from reading comic books.
I was prepared and it saved lives. There's no comic book story about that. Those are facts. That's what happened. I was there. I'm sure there's many more out there that'll go unheard.
Exactly. Now, hopefully people, you share this video, including if it's on YouTube or Facebook, because what I'm going to show you that I've seen YouTube already done. I was put a concealing this, and I do want some of these shows to go to younger people, not children, but these teenagers and stuff like that. So they heard a couple, heard a couple curse words here and there, whatever. I don't want to really do that, but let's just, I want to show you two things, and then we'll call it a night. Because again, here's an example. They do not show this stuff. They don't record this stuff.
Use of a defensive firearm that will never make any statistics.
Won't reach any statistics.
Hi friends, welcome to today's lesson here at Active Self-Protection. I'm your host, John Correa. Today's video comes to us from Vancouver, Washington.
I use Throom targets on the range for all the benefits of steel with none of the drawbacks. They're made in the USA too. Pick up a set to make your shooting more fun and effective.
Over here on the left is our defender who has been out with his friends, and you can see it's not super late. It's weekend. They've had some drinks and they've gone to their favorite deli for a little bit of food. His friend, they were joking around on the sidewalk, was laughing really loudly, and this guy over here heard them laughing, thought they were laughing at him, and so he pulled his car back around and starts talking to our defender going, "Hey man, what are you guys laughing at? Why are you laughing at me?" or something like that. And they're like, "Nah man, we're not laughing at you, whatever. We're just having fun over here." And the guy says, "Oh, I'll show you what," and actually draws a rifle, which makes our defender draw his own pistol and come back up here. That makes the guy run off. Now, according to our defender, he said that he called the cops. They didn't respond at all, so 30 minutes later, he left. So
he's in Washington, Seattle. He's in Vancouver, Washington. Seattle, they don't care. That's the left utopia. They don't care. Remember when they had that Chaz and the people getting shot? Did the cops went down there? They couldn't because of stupid politicians and their dumbass way of doing things.
they're not even looking for this bad guy at all, but he certainly learned a lesson. I'm going to play it through one more time. I have a version that has a little bit more on our aggressor. You see him here? Pick up that rifle and point it out the window, which makes our defender duck down and draw his own handgun, come up and point it, and that makes our dude run off. Again, the police were called. They did not respond to this one. Vancouver, Washington, very difficult, high crime rate.
Yes.
They don't even respond to stuff like this if shots aren't fired and there's not, anybody hurt. So we get to think about serious lessons. Now here's an interesting question I have for you out of this one. How often and when's the last time you practiced drawing your firearm and not firing, but presenting and issuing commands? I think that's an interesting lesson out of today's video. Let's get to more.
He goes through a lesson of what to do, what not to do. The guy, he didn't get hurt, and that's good. But I wonder if I could find that the video of, because he did have it. I want to see if I can find it because I watched a video of that. That's what I was saying. I'm gonna try and see. Give me a second here.
Welcome to the Active Self-Protection.
It is crazy. You go to that active self-protection. He shows you how to present yourself, protect yourself, all kind of stuff like that. But he has. I wonder if he has the videos. No, he doesn't. The videos of the compilation. Let me see if the playlist have something. Let me see if he has something. Not the year in review, something like that. Back cameras. Oh, man. Okay. You'll have to give me a second, people. Give me 1 second. Let me look for that video. Look for the video because it was very informative. Remember, you just heard him say, "A good guy and a gun," blah 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 blah. Right? Okay. So I want to. There you go. I found it now. I found it. Let's go back to none. Good guy with a gun wins again, and women too, because there are some women who did some stuff. So again, this is warning. It's gonna be violent. I'm not condoning this, whatever, but I am condoning that you protect yourself. Right? Cops are a long way away from whatever to help you. Again, I've said it before. You come to the Tigger house with me and my wife. Koblai is going friend if we don't know you and you come into this place. We ain't playing that at all. All right? But let's look at this and then we call it a night. If I go get it to play, what the heck? Are you serious? This is what I was saying. See, that was saying following content may contain graphic imagery. Viewer discretion are advised. Okay, I'm trying to not play as much graphic stuff, but I'm just saying an example. I understand. I proceed.
It's the end of 2022, so why not finish up with the best instant justice of the best ammo, handgun ammo, rim by us all in this ammo pen prices. The clerk checking people out of this store here is actually a former police officer. Now watch the guy with the helmet go out towards the right. What you're going to see happen in just a second is he is actually going to come back and pay.
I see how crazy this is, and the guy did survive, thank God. But that's so crazy that he got shot that close. He could have been spinally hurt. He could have, like I said, he couldn't have not
Very
walk or
close
nothing.
attention here. As he comes back, watch a guy walk right behind him and shoot him right in the back. Well, our clerk's former police officer gets his firearm out and gets 5 shots off on that guy. See it from the other angle here. The clerk actually lived through this and was only mildly injured, according to the news story I've linked in the description. Our checkout clerk got enough hits on that guy that he ran off a little ways before taking the asphalt temperature challenge.
Exactly.
Dude in the pink car was just the subject of road rage from these other guys who followed him home and tried to attack him. Well, they made a significant mistake. Apparently that guy is a kickboxing champion where he is, and he just starts handing out naps. And they're gonna go, wait a minute, who's gonna attack him next? Well, the next guy to attack him is gonna get knocked over here. Next guy's gonna get knocked over. Eventually they start figuring out, hey, wait a minute, this guy can seriously fight. And then they stop attacking him quite so much and want to talk some more. And apparently they drove off. This is a cell phone store, and the guy at the counter here is, showing, oh man, I want a new phone. Now watch him start to look around a little bit and see what's going on. He's actually going to kind of make some target glances here, and then out of the fanny pack, he's going to draw a firearm. We have audio from here. Let's listen in for the emotion.
Acabou de abrir. Acabou de abrir. Pode olhar, pode olhar. Não tem telefone aqui não.
I've sped this up just for the sake of time. They went off camera for about 30 seconds. There's not much to hear or see here. Here, now watch from the top.
This one is crazy. You at home.
See this side yard here? Now watch from the top. You're gonna see our perps come by on a motorcycle, 2 dudes. Now this other guy's gonna come out and he wants to close his gate. And so he's gonna start closing it. I'm not sure exactly where his gate latch is on all that stuff, but he sees some stuff going down. So he's actually carrying a gun in his pocket. Gonna see him pull that gun from his pocket, kind of hang out here. And when these guys jump off, he's gonna chamber his gun and then get after shooting after these guys, who then do their best Usain Bolt impression.
Okay, and again, best, this is like I said, so I'm just letting you know that, again, I get what it is. I'm not condoning this, but I am for protection though. Oops, press the wrong button, that's my fault. I am for protection though. I'm gonna press that. But yeah, so I'm sorry again. If you're not a gun person, I understand that, but sorry, I don't listen to Hollywood. I don't listen to most politicians. Because when they take away your rights or whatever, that's what they can control you. And it never works, it never does. So, again, just to reiterate what happened tonight, like I said, I don't think Trump did not win the debate. And I don't think he did not win because he did horribly bad. He just should have focused on certain things and not go a certain way. And of course, the moderators was backing up Kamala Harris. She never answered anything. She never really asked no questions, really. Just basically speechify her answers, sound like she's presidential. And again, my point is what he said at the end, which is the truth, and I've said it before myself. You are the vice president. You are in charge right now. You are the deciding vote. You put the inflation reduction bill, which created more inflation. You would have passed the vote. So what's stopping you from doing all the stuff you say you're gonna do right now? Day one. You can do it right now. That's what they do. Full of crap. Full of caca. Sorry, I'm not for that. Again, you choose who you want to choose, who you vote for, want to vote for. Figure this out. But I can tell you right now, the last 3 years have been not very well. And just what happened. Just prepare for the best, hope for the best, prepare for the worst. That's what my grandma said. It's crazy how smart. I'm just saying, imagine all this stuff up there. Okay? So, First Amendment, Second Amendment, I'm with that. That's who I am. Again, go with that. Finish it on time. Thank y'all for giving me your time, your ear, your mind. Share the content, share with everybody else out there. Remember that people are, no, sorry. I should basically put this basically right now. I would tell you to go back and watch the video we talked about with my wife last year's episode. And we also did check out, like Kenosha's been doing some music on the channel, so you're getting it from Kenosha and all that. And last but not least, we did an unboxing of all guns, and we'll basically put it on the channel, so you guys can see it, right? But that said, we have about 27,900. Guys, thank y'all for that. Give me your time. That's what take care of yourself, take care of your family, take care of your neighbors. That's how you guys gotta do. Also, evil's evil. Evil comes in all shapes, size, color, creed, height, nationality, genders, political parties. Evil's evil. I am for good, evil shut up, no, not for good. Right? Last but not least, remember, people are stupid, individuals are. Right? Boy, check, watch the mic. Get us again next week. Same bad time, same bad channel. And remember, link free. We got all platforms from Spotify, from iHeart, Facebook, to Temper FM.